I know, it's shocking. I'm doing a second round preview, and the Montreal Canadiens are actually in this video. Kind of deja vu all over again for our Habs as you go into a series as extreme underdogs. On paper, this is a complete mismatch. Thankfully for the Habs, hockey is not played on paper, it's played on ice. Which someone should have told Alex Ovechkin, because I don't think Halak's hand was shaking all that much. It's just me. So let's stop wasting time, man. Let's break this series down. Offensively, this isn't even close, guys. The Pittsburgh Penguins outmatch the Habs on every level offensively. Every level. Sidney Crosby had 14 points against the Ottawa Senators. 14! Now, yes, I know Ottawa doesn't have a goalie, but still, 14 points in an NHL playoff series is out of this world. While the Habs are able to shut down Alexander Ovechkin, he's more of a one-on-one, he's going to come in and dangle you type of guy. Sidney Crosby is not that type of player. Sid the Kid is unbelievably strong along the wall, and if you focus in on him too much, he's just going to dish it off to his Wile E. Coyote, Billy Guerin. For the Habs to have any chance in this series, they're going to have a huge performance from Mike Camilleri again, as he did last round. And for me, the wild horse in this series is actually going to be Andrei Kostitsyn. He's kind of one of those frustrating guys. He's got the size, he's got the talent, but you just question the will sometimes. Y'all remember Game 2 against the Washington Capitals? He had a natural hat-trick, but everyone seems to forget about it because the Habs choked in the 4-1 lead. So the offensive edge goes to Pittsburgh. On the blue line is where this series starts to get a little more intriguing. In the offseason, while everyone was busy focusing on how small the Habs forwards were, a lot of people didn't really take much heed to the fact that they signed, towers of power like Hal Gill, and Josh Georges actually led the NHL in the entire regular season in his amount of shifts, if you can believe it or not. Andrei Markov had the most ice time of any player in the Washington-Montreal series last round, and he wasn't really noticed, which I'm actually going to go ahead and say is a good thing for a defenseman. When a defenseman gets noticed, it's generally because of a bad turnover or an egregious penalty, but Markov was just rock solid. On the flip side for the Penguins, you got the always dangerous Sergei Gonchar and the upstart Alex Goligoski. I mean, the guy's got goal in his name. But like I said, this is where the series starts to get a little more interesting, and this is where the Habs actually have a chance. Last series against Washington, the Habs got in the way of 181 Pittsburgh shots. Get your head around that, 181. 181. So while everyone was busy praising Halak, and we're going to get to that in a second, don't you dare worry, a lot of people forgot that the Habs defensemen just clogged up the shooting lanes for the Caps and made it a living hell for them. If they can get anywhere near that type of performance against Pittsburgh, the Habs are actually going to be okay in this series. As Harry Neal put it, the goalies, the sheriffs of the Honeycomb Hotel. This is really where the series gets interesting. This is actually a landslide victory for the Habs. Yaroslav Halak is putting together an April and May of postseason lore for the Montreal Canadiens. Question is he going to pull a Jose Theodore and be outstanding in the first round and then just pull up limp in the second round? That remains to be seen. But the fact remains that his save percentage is well over 93% from the entire first round, and in the last 3 games he was at 98%. While Marc-Andre Fleury has the ability to be outstanding at times, he's known to let in a few stinkers every now and then, and if the Habs can take advantage of that, which they probably will, and I'm going to say that right now, they probably will, the Habs will actually stand a very good chance in this series. Okay, so here it comes. My prediction so that you guys can all laugh at me in 2 weeks when I'm miserably wrong. Habs in 6 games. What can I say? It's just my honest opinion. I think the Halak attack is going to roll.